Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. It is Friday, May 5th. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. I'm Sophia Pullman. Let's get to some news today. This evening, the Kinsberry and Neighbor families are holding a prayer ceremony for Madeline Kinsberry, a Winona woman who has been missing since March 31st. Friends and family will speak. The organizers are asking people to download a candle app on their phones instead of bringing real candles. The service will happen at the Bandshell in Veterans Memorial Park in Winona. If weather gets bad, the service will happen at First Congregational Church on Broadway Street. Just in time for spring weather, La Crosse residents will soon be able to enjoy several of the city's parks and trails that were closed due to flooding. The Parks, Rec, and Forestry Department has announced that starting tomorrow, Houska Park, Dog Park, Riverside Park, and the Riverside International Friendship Gardens will be available for public use again. Also reopening are the Green Island and Houska Park trails.
Bit of a stormy start now to the afternoon across much of the area well to the north. Not necessarily the La Crosse area, but around the Chippewa Valley is where we're seeing the majority of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, as you can see there from our Doppler radar perspective. And it looks like a lot of this is mainly focused from about Pepin County eastward through Eau Claire County and also into Chippewa County is where we're seeing the majority of those storms with some lightning activity there, as you can see here too. Now, widening out this picture a bit, you can see those showers and thunderstorms are moving their way towards the east. Here's a look at the afternoon planner here for you. We will see another chance of seeing some scattered showers here in the next hour or so. Some embedded thunderstorms also possible. For the rest of us, just looking at mainly cloudy skies with seasonable temperatures here for the rest of the afternoon into the upper 60s to low 70s, and also a light southerly wind at around 5 to 10 miles an hour or so. But we do have some more rain and storm chances in the forecast. I'll let you know when coming up in my weather forecast in just a few minutes.
For the entire month, the Gateway Area Boy Scouts will be collecting scrap metal to help support local scouts. People can donate old metal furniture, bed springs, old bicycles, and old appliances. According to Gateway Council leaders, this is a great way to raise money for the scouts.
The market value of the scrap will determine what's available to go back to scouting, but the best way to help scouting out is to go out and find a lot of metal.
Several locations around the region are accepting metal donations. We'll post a list of all of those locations on our website. A group of Holmen students are working with community members to help a local man battling ALS. The Holmen middle schoolers are members of a program called Pursuit Youth Fitness, whose owner Nick Johnson says they are always encouraged to give support to those in need. And for their first fundraiser ever, one person in need came to mind right away. Their teacher, Miss Stratton, whose husband has ALS.
For them to come up with the idea on their own to give back to their teacher was heartwarming and awesome for me as their coach to see them make that decision on their own.
Members of the community were given the opportunity to donate to the various volleyball teams as honorary celebrity sponsors, then cheer their team on while promoting a good cause. The organizers' goal was to raise $2,000. All proceeds from the event went to Miss Stratton and her husband. After the break, the local nonprofit that is helping you get a jump start on your garden this spring.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
In your consumer news this morning, a local nonprofit, Grow, is hosting a spring plant sale at its greenhouse to raise funds for its garden-based learning programs. Grow works with 9 area schools to teach kids hands-on skills in the school gardens. Grow's greenhouse has a variety of vegetables, plants, and flowers to help everyone get their own garden started. One organizer says Grow's program helps kids learn more about their food.
So they get to come out into the garden during their school day and learn really about where their food comes from and just be a part of the process from seed to table. And they get to help plant and tend and harvest the food and then even see it in their school lunch line.
The sale will be held at the Grow Greenhouse on Western Technical College's campus Friday through Sunday. All profits will go directly to Grow's educational programming. For more information, head to our website. As we head to break, here's a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next. Happy Cinco de Mayo, a day to celebrate Mexican culture, but it's also a time when Americans tend to overindulge. Mandy Gaither has ways you can celebrate a little healthier.
From fatty foods to syrupy drinks, celebrating Cinco de Mayo can have you collecting those calories.
We want to enjoy ourselves, but not go overboard.
Cleveland Clinic registered dietitian Julia Zumpano says whether you're going out or staying in, to be mindful of what you choose to eat. That starts with snacking.
Things like the chips and salsa and chips and queso and things that are put out. So really try to avoid or limit the snack foods and try to focus on having like a real meal.
From lettuce to tomatoes and different types of salsas or fajitas, Mexican cuisine offers a lot of opportunities to eat veggies. Zumpano says to focus on filling your plate with those.
If you have the option of protein, really sticking to leaner sources of protein like a chicken or turkey or even like shrimp or fish versus the heavier red meats.
If you're going to enjoy a margarita, Zumpano says to do so in moderation while consuming lots of water. She says to avoid pitchers of drinks and choose lighter cocktails if possible.
Something like a fresh margarita or what we call skinny margarita, which may just have some fresh lime juice and, the liquor and maybe a small amount of simple syrup and ice. So something very light.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If you're celebrating at home, you can also limit the added fat you consume by choosing low-fat or fat-free versions for things like cheese, sour cream, and refried beans. Here is a look at CityCam 8. Derek is in next with our forecast.
Well, we continue watching showers and thunderstorms mainly focused towards the north along the Chippewa Valley area. You can see areas like Eau Claire and also into Eau Claire County in general. Looking at some moderate heavy downpours, also a lot of frequent lightning activity just off to the west of Pepin County here. And if we widen out this here a little bit, you can see the general motion off towards the east and also now pushing into ways like Clark County, also into areas like Chippewa County, looking at some of those scattered showers that continue to march in these general directions. Now, if we widen out the view, you can see kind of what's responsible here. We do have this stationary frontal boundary that's pretty much draped across the upper Midwest. And as long as this system is in play, we're going to continue to remain under a bit of a stormy pattern here, it looks like, over the next couple of days. As of right now, here's what it currently looks like in downtown La Crosse. CityCam 8 showing a very cloudy start. We are off to a bit of a break right now, really not seeing a whole lot of activity, just shy of 70 degrees here in downtown. Gusty conditions out of the south up to 23 miles an hour sustained, though, around 11 miles an hour. River Stage continues to drop at 12.73 feet. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, a bit of a different story here. You can see some of those wet roadways there, 52 degrees, easterly winds at around 10 miles an hour. Our current temperature readings as you head out the door for your lunch hour into the 50s, some of us in the 60s, but you can see that rain-cooled air from Red Wing towards Eau Claire, where temperature readings are currently in the low 50s. Well, we're not seeing rain. Temperatures are currently into the upper 60s to low 70s. So here's a check on your day planner for the rest of the afternoon. Scattered showers at 1 o'clock, 69 degrees, mostly cloudy by 3 p.m. A lot of us will be mainly cloudy with some rain showers mainly focused well to the north, and we'll get to that here in a second. High temperatures today into the 60s, low 70s. I'm expecting Eau Claire today to be much colder because of that rain-cooled air effect. La Crosse will be around a high of 70 today this afternoon. So you can see those showers and storms mainly focused to the north. They're going to continue to push their way towards the north around the 3 p.m. hour here this afternoon. And then by 9 o'clock, here comes another round of showers and storms moving in from the west, which will continue to move east as we head into overnight tonight. Now, here's around the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. A couple of leftover scattered showers are possible in some parts of the area. They're going to continue to move up towards the north as we head towards 1 o'clock. And then by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll be looking at more showers and thunderstorms moving in. And these could produce some locally heavy downpours, maybe a little bit of some frequent lightning activity here as well. It's possible that some of those storms, if they're strong enough, could also produce some small hail. Here's a check on your 8-day forecast, and you can see that we will be looking at that stormy pattern here lasting through at least Sunday. A couple of isolated thunderstorms are also possible into early Monday of next week. Other than that, we'll be drying out here as we head throughout the rest of next week as well, with a slight chance of a thunderstorm or two on Thursday. Highs in general mainly into the 70s and lows in the 50s.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
Are you a true Wisconsinite? Do you love an ice cold beer? When we come back, where you can find all things beer related this weekend.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. Here with us in studio, we have Paul Nelson, who is here to tell us all about this year's beer in Breweriana. Thanks for being here, Paul.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, beer enthusiasts from near and far will stop by for the annual collectors event in Alaska Omni Center.
So, Paul, can you tell us a little bit more about the event? I know it's annual. How long has it been going on?
Well, we don't have a formal length of period we've been running, but it's been at least 30 years. It's been in some format for quite a while now.
What is the event?
So it's a buy-sell trade show for Breweriana collectors. Anybody who's interested in beer, signs, advertising, cans, bottles, glassware. If you have a hankering for that sort of thing, it's going to be at the Omni Center on Saturday.
Is this a free event?
It is not a free event. We've got 2 admission levels. We have an 8 a.m. early bird admission, which costs $15, and if you're looking to get an early jump on that special item or something, that's what you're going to do. But we have a regular admission at 9 a.m. for $3, and we hand out root beer coupons with that admission.
Beer is a big part of lacrosse culture. Is there anything culturally that we can find at this event?
There will be a lot of lacrosse items. With the show being close to lacrosse, a lot of guys will bring items from either G. Heilman when it was a brewery, or even some of the older breweries like Lacrosse Breweries or John Gunn Brewing Company. So you can see things anywhere from current things produced 3 or 4 years ago to things produced before 1900.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there can be some pretty old stuff.
Is there like a memorable moment that sticks out to you when it comes to this type of stuff?
It's hard to choose just one item, but the very fun thing is to see people, because we'll have people from the area just bring something in and say, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me what it's worth or when it was from or whatever? So the opportunity to see somebody walk in with something that's completely unknown to collectors, or there's very few of them, is always a treat to see.
Are there any fun facts that you have for viewers?
Well, this is, I believe, our 6th year at the Omni Center, and every year we've been at the Omni Center, we've had more tables and vendors than we have had the previous year. So we've got a record number of tables and vendors again this year, so there will be a very large selection of things to choose from.
So it's growing every year, you said. What is something that you look forward to most every time this comes around?
A lot of the shows for Breweriana things also have a camaraderie event. So it's a good time to meet with collectors that you've known for years, but you don't get to see very often, and they come into town. So it becomes, besides a buy-sell trade show, it's also a fairly big social gathering.
Is there any important information that you want viewers to know about?
Just that the show again starts with the early bird at 8 a.m., regular admission at 9 a.m. We run until 2, so you got 4, 5, 6 hours of time to do some shopping for pieces of artwork. Sometimes it can be artwork. The quality of the items that they produced is just amazing. So there's something for everyone, even if you're not really a beer collector. If you're just interested in advertising and seeing things that are really nice looking, it's a good opportunity.
Where can people find more information?
We have a number of postings on Facebook of all places. I'm not really a social media type person, but there's, if one were to search on Facebook for Lacrosse Beer Show, there will be numerous posts about it. Our fellow collectors are getting the word out and showing kind of previews of what things they're bringing and stuff like that.
Last question, if this doesn't make viewers want to go out to the event, what can you tell them to get them to come out?
Well, besides the root beer float coupons from Rudy's, we also have raffles, which benefit the BCCA Old Style chapter, which is, well, the BCCA is Breweriana Collectibles Club of America. There's also the American Breweriana Association, which the Old Style chapter is a part of each. Well, anyways, we have a raffle. Tickets are $1 a piece, and we have very generous donations from Ryan Johnson from Howie's and Big Al's and the Crow. We also have the vendors will donate items to the raffle table as well. So there's some really nice items that pop up there that you can maybe win for just $1.
Very exciting. A lot going on.
Very much
well,
so.
Thank you very much, Paul, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Viewers, you can check out this event. Super excited. They do have a Facebook page. Please check it out. We will be right back after the break.
More shower and thunderstorm chances are in the forecast through Sunday. A few isolated thunderstorms on Monday also possible. Otherwise, much of next week looking mainly cloudy. Slight chance of storms again for Thursday. High temperatures in the 70s, lows in the 50s. So it's kind of that off and on wet and stormy pattern here for a few days. So
it's looking like until Tuesday or Wednesday when it's going to be my kind of day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek. And thank you for watching News 8 Now. You can catch us again at 5 and 6. Have a great afternoon, everyone, and happy Cinco de Mayo.